Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So students, in the previous class in this chapter, that is pollution of air and water, we were talking about that of the water pollution. We have already studied that what are the different causes of that of the air pollution, how air pollution is caused, what are the different ways by which we can prevent the air pollution, or we can take the measures by which we can prevent the air pollution. Second is that of the water pollution, students. So in the water pollution we have studied about that water get contaminated, and if it and the water get contaminated because of the addition of the pollutants in it. So addition of a pollutant can degrade the quality of that of the water, and in order to protect our water there are a lot of actions has been taken. One of the best examples by which we can understand that water is getting polluted, that is Ganga Action Plan. So the Ganga Action Plan, it is done in order to make Ganga pure, or to remove the impurities which is present in it, because the Ganga, it becomes it because of the addition of the pollutant, it becomes an endangered river. So it is quite important to protect it. We have understood that somewhere the throwing of the garbage and the non biodegradable substances into the river, it it is more, and due to this there the amount of the water is also become very less. So if we talk about the Ganga, Kanpur is that city where the amount of water is comparatively small, and even the flow of the river is also very slow. uh, Here you will find that what is the reason behind it. So Kanpur has more than 5,000 industries, and these include fertilizers, detergent, leather and paint industries. Obviously fertilizer, detergent, leather and paint industry, these all are what? These all used to release the non biodegradable substances, and these non biodegradable substances will going to mix with that of the river water, and ultimately lowers that of the quality of the water. So fertilizer is there, detergent, leather and paint, these all are the non biodegradable, so they will also contribute as a pollutant in the water. Now these industrial units discharge toxic chemical wastes into the river. Yes, these all are what they used to release the toxic chemical substances, and these toxic chemicals used to release in that of the water. Now see here, based on the above information, think of the answers to the following questions. What are the factors responsible for pollution of the river? What step can be taken to restore the river Ganga to its past glory? And how would the disposal of garbage etc. affect the living organism in the river? So what are the factors responsible for the pollution? Second one, yes, what are the different steps that has been taken in order to restore river Ganga, and how we dispose the garbage so that it will not going to affect the quality of the river. Now see here, many industries, it discharge harmful chemicals into river and stream, causing the pollution of water. If you look at the examples, so examples are oil refineries, paper factories, textile and sugar mills. So a lot of industries are there, students, which used to discharge the harmful chemicals which is prepared in the industry, and these chemicals are what it is made to discharge into the river and the stream. This will going to increase the pollution of water. What are the different examples that we can take here? See, oil refineries are there, paper factories are there, textile and sugar mills are there. These all are water, and even the chemical factories. So these industry, they release the chemicals, and the industry that causes contamination of the water. Yes, because the chemical which is released, it mixes with the water. Now let us see what are the different chemicals. So see here, it is given the chemicals released include arsenic, lead and fluoride, which lead to toxicity in plant and animals. So the kind of a chemical which is released through these industry, it will include arsenic, it will include lead as well as that of the fluoride. Okay, and obviously these all are what? These all are very toxic chemicals. So if they mixes with the water, they can be very life threatening to the living organism who are dependent on it. So mixing of these toxic chemicals will going to increases the risk of health in plants as well as in animals. So there are regulations to prevent these. Industries are supposed to treat the waste produced before discharging it into the water. But quite often the rules are not followed. See, it does not mean that they are the industries and they used to, by the industries you have seen that they used to set up near that of the river or a dam or a pond so that sufficient supply of water can take place easily. But what we will find here that generally the industries and yes, there is also another rule that while discharging the water or anything into that of the river, the industries are supposed to treat the waste before it is discharged into the water. But what is the problem? That the industry, they do not do that, and because of that these chemicals which are highly toxic mixes with the water. Okay, so industry, they have to treat the waste produced, but they do not follow the rules. The soil is also affected by impure water. This causes changes in the acidity growing of worm. So obviously the water is used for the soil also. So if these soil, it will be mixed, which consisting of the chemicals, the water which consisting of a chemical that we called as an impure water. So when this impure water, it mixes with the soil, it changes its acidity, also the growth of worms. You know that the growth of worms will help in increasing the fertility of the soil. So if the water which is received consisting of chemicals, toxic chemicals, so that will lead to the fertility of the soil, that will changes the acidity, obviously that will changes the pH. So that will going to affect the living organism. So it will make the soil infertile, as well as it causes changes in the growth of the worms, which is very important for the fertility of the soil. Now see here, we have learned in chapter first the importance of pesticides and weedicides for the protection of crops. However, all these chemicals dissolve in water and are washed into water bodies from the field. They also seep into the ground to pollute groundwater. So, in the chapter first, we have studied about the agriculture, and there we have seen the use of pesticides and weedicides. You know, these all, both of them are there in order to kill the pest or in order to remove that of the weeds. And obviously, it will help in the protection of crops. However, the chemicals which is dissolved in water, these all are washed into water bodies from the field, and these also seep into the ground to pollute groundwater. Obviously, the pesticides or the weedicides which is used by the farmers in order to kill the pest, in order to kill the weeds, when the chemicals mixes with the water, then it will washed into the water bodies from the field, and ultimately they seeps into the groundwater, and obviously if it seeps to the ground, it will going to pollute the groundwater. So there is another factors also, students, that not only use of the toxic chemical substances, but yes, pesticides and weedicides is also a kind of a chemical which is mixed and present in the soil. When dissolved with the water, seeps and mixes into the groundwater. Hence, you will find that the water get polluted by this also. Have you seen pond which look green from a distance? Because they have a lot of a green algae growing in them. And this is caused by excessive quantities of chemical which get washed from the field. These act as nutrients for algae to flourish. Once these algae die, they serve as a food for decomposer like bacteria. A lot of oxygen in the water body gets used up, and this results in decrease in the oxygen level, which may kill aquatic organism. So we have seen, students, the green color substance which is present over the surface of the pond, especially pond, and this is what it is caused by the excessive quantity of the chemicals which get washed from the field. What happened? These act as a nutrient for the algae to flourish. Algae is the microorganism which is basically present in the water. It is green color and they start flourishing by using these chemicals which get washed from the field into the water. So they use it as a nutrient and flourish. Once the algae which is present over that of the pond die, they serve as a food for decomposers like bacteria. So these algae, what happened? See, the chemicals which get washed from the fields, when reaches to the water bodies, they act as a nutrient, and the algae, they start consuming it, and once these algae die, they serve as a food even for the decomposers like bacteria. Because of all this process, a lot of our consumption of our oxygen has take place, and this will result in the decrease in the level of oxygen in the water. And obviously, if the level of the oxygen will be less, it will be quite difficult for the aquatic organism to survive, because they get the oxygen from they get the dissolved oxygen which is present in the water itself. So the oxygen will be consumed, and due to which the aquatic organism, they may get killed. Now see here, sometimes even untreated sewage is thrown directly into the river, and it contains food waste, detergent, microorganism, etc. So sometimes what happen, the sewage which is coming from the different houses, that is not treated well, so it is released into that of the river, into the water bodies, and these sewage consisting of food waste, detergent, and also even the microorganism. Now the question is, okay, the open surface of that of the water may get polluted because of the mixing of the untreated sewage into it. But can groundwater get polluted by sewage? How? Water contaminated with sewage may contain bacteria, viruses, fungi, and parasite, and these all causes disease like cholera, typhoid, and jaundice. So the water which get contaminated with sewage, it may consisting of the bacteria, it may consisting of the viruses, it may consisting of the fungi, and even the parasite which can cause disease to the person like cholera, typhoid, or jaundice. You know that these all are what? These all are the waterborne disease. It means if the water is contaminated consisting of the microorganism into it, that is responsible for causing the disease to the person. Now the bacteria which is present in feces of mammals are indicator of the quality of water. If water has these bacteria, it means it has been contaminated by fecal matter. And if such water is used by us, it can cause various infections. Obviously, the water which consisting of a bacteria, when reaches to a healthy person, that will be resultant a cause of a disease to the person. Now here one thing is given. Hot water can also be pollutant. This is usually water from power plant and industries. It is released into the river. It raises the temperature of the water body, adversely affecting the animal and plant living it. This is also a cause, student, where the hot water whose temperature is high is mixed into the river, and due to which the temperature of the water body also increases, and this will going to affect the plants and the animals living inside it. Now see here, what is a potable water and how is water purified? So let us construct a water filter with simple everyday material. Take a plastic bottle and cut it into two halves at the center. Use the upper half as a funnel by putting it upside down in the lower half. Make layer in it and paper, napkin, or a fine cloth, followed by cotton, sand, and then gravel. Now pour dirty water through filter and observe the filter water. Discuss the following question amongst yourself with your teacher. Why do we need to drink filter water before drinking? Where we get your drinking water from, and what will happen if we drink polluted water? So here actually it is talking about that how the water get filtered So this is an activity by which we can filter the water, and that physically we will be able to uh, uh, give it a color that is colorless, although it may consisting of a microorganism, but yes, physically we can separate it, we can purify it. Okay.